Hello, everybody, and welcome to 5 in 5, your weekly diet of bite sized reflections from individuals who are trailblazing diversity and inclusion in many walks of life. My name is Celeste Murgor, and I am your guest host for 5 in 5. Today, I am joined by Nikhil Sachania, who was the first paraplegic Kenyan driver to participate in the World Rally Championship. He has also claimed the title as the SPV Racing Champion in 2014 and 2018, as well as being named the Motorsport Personality of the Year in 2014. Welcome to 5 in 5, Nikhil.
Thank you, Celeste, for having me.
Great, so we'll go straight into the questions. What do you think is one of the largest barriers to diversity in motorsport?
Well, in Kenya especially, it's been a pretty tough road uh, for a disabled driver like myself to kind of get into driving a car or even navigating. It is an expensive sport, and I think awareness for hand controls and just getting that word out there is a bit tougher here than it is in first world countries, I guess. There has been one other driver in Kenya who did take part in the classic rally, and that's where I picked it up from him that there is a way to kind of get into this world of motorsports. Even though before, when I had my accident, it was part of motorsports as well. So it is very challenging in Kenya, especially to get into motorsports. So having drivers like us and navigators in our position, I think it does bring up awareness for others to step in as well.
And what actions do we need to take to combat these barriers?
I think to make the facilities more readily available and more affordable, I think that's one step in the right direction. As I said, motorsports isn't a cheap sport. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, including the mechanical aspects of a car, and just putting a team together as well. And being in the condition that we are, like my car is fully hand controlled. There's an entire whole mechanical aspect that's not common for a normal everyday driver, you know. So I think just having those tools ready for upcoming drivers in my position, in a similar position to mine, maybe can give them a chance to experience at least this kind of thrill that we normally enjoy.
That's really cool. Okay, and what development in motorsport excites you the most right now?
Well, there's the new hybrid WRC cars that are coming in. So it's similar to the Formula One. Now they've got an electric motor and the obviously the usual engines that are there. So I think that will be pretty cool next year when they put in this new hybrid WRC cars. So it'll be fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is quite interesting. What is your favorite failure?
My favorite failure. That's a tough question. I don't know. I've always taken. I don't know what my favorite failure is, to be honest. But every failure or every failure that I've come across, I use it as a stepping stone to push me forward. Especially when I'm told I can't do something, I always try to find a way around to make sure I get it done some way or the other. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll finish off with a random question.
Okay.
What was the most difficult period in your life, and how did you deal with it?
I think when I had my accident, especially the few months that I had my rehabilitation, I was away from my family, my friends. I was sent to India from Kenya to do the operation and also the rehabilitation. So those few months being in a place that I'm not familiar with, especially with that restricted mobility, not knowing what the future holds. That was a pretty tough time. Obviously, I have my family to thank, and a few of my friends who were always there to support me through and through. Uh, yeah, I think that was one of my toughest periods, and yeah, having a straight mind and a clear head, I think that always helps.
And how did you end up getting back into motorsport? What inspired you and really motivated you to really get back into it?
After I had my accident, it's a funny story because uh, well, while I was doing rehabilitation and there was nothing much I was doing, I would be going from the apartment to the hospital, and when I come back home, I would just be on the laptop, and I would just be looking for ways to either drive a go kart or any small motorsports that I could try and get back into. And I did Google about through Google, I found a rally driver based in Spain. His name is Albert Lovera. He's a good friend of mine now, and I saw how he was still able to drive. He's doing Paris Dakar. He's doing the WRC. So when I got back home, uh, I first got into a normal car and get back into the daily routine. And then from the UK, I managed to order in some hand controls for go-karts. Uh, but I've always had the support of my mom and dad. I know it was pretty tough for them to try and put me back into the motorsports. But I've always wanted to get back. Even I don't think my accident hampered me. So it was a tough one. And then eventually, yeah, I got into a rally car after a lot of convincing, and yeah, here we are today.
That is fantastic. That is amazing. Honestly, that is extremely inspiring. So, yeah, I think that's all we have time for today. I want to thank Nikhil for being our guest on 5 in 5. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of 5 in 5. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.